Hello, everyone, Randy here, and we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on Gold Crest Valley, and we have the equipment lined up here this episode. Anybody can guess what we're going to be doing with the equipment we have lined up? Should be fairly obvious, I think. Mower, windrower, baler on a Challenger, of course. Tractor on a wrapper, big truck, and another mower. That's right, we're making more silage bales here again this episode. And of course we got all the equipment we should need here lined up. Pretty sure the tractor on the baler here should have enough horsepower. And you folks can let me know. Maybe not. Maybe we need a bigger tractor. I don't know. We'll have to see once. Anyway, let's get rolling here. And I'm assuming I still have the follow me mod. Let's find out. Yes, I do. Okay. Yes, just ram into that. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. You ram into him. Excellent. Just what we wanted to happen. Pretty sure they're supposed to stay a little further back. And you ram into him. Yep, good. And yes, you push into him. Sure, why not? Right. Let's get moving here before something else happens. Pretty sure once we get a little spread out here, we should be okay. Probably maybe should have adjusted the distance there on some of that maybe. And again, as far as money is concerned, we're definitely not doing too good. I'm not sure why we're going negative so fast here. I mean, we got all the fields planted and we're still going, like, seriously in the negative. So, I don't know if it's all the equipment we have. Probably should look at the financial, just see what's going on. But, like I said, we're definitely going negative fast. And I'm not exactly sure why. Like I said, at this point, the only thing we have leased is the combine, which, of course, we're not using, I don't believe. Should actually be parked back up in the shed there. And at this point, all the tractors and equipment we currently have, I do believe is owned. Like I said, maybe should check into that. Maybe I got some leased equipment here I don't know about yet. Forgot I leased it instead of buying it. Nice stop. Okay, we're just going to have to pull you out of the way for the moment. And we'll just... Whoa, got rear-ended there. We'll shut you off as well. Okay, we just got the rear end in there as well. Nice. Actually, maybe I should just stop you back here a moment. There we go. Okay, now we can move the truck out of the way. When I was looking at the trucks here, deciding what truck to get, wasn't 100% sure I was going to like this truck, but now that I've used it a little bit, I am starting to like this truck. Wouldn't mind seeing the dual axles on the back. I think that would look a little bit better, but still, pretty nice looking truck in my opinion. And like I said, it's doing the job, so can't complain, I guess. Okay, you're on. So you have a windrower. Not sure how Courseplay is going to operate with the Challenger and the baler. We'll just have to find out. We might have to switch tractors here. We'll see once. Okay, then we'll hop in this tractor here ourselves and start doing some mowing. And we're basically going to try to get as far as we can here this episode. So not sure how far is going to be, but I guess we'll find out. First things first, though, I'm actually going to go to the other end of the field here and do a couple headland strips. Hired worker always gets or starts getting stuck here, kind of where you see that outcropping rock there. So we're going to get a couple headlands going here in a moment. Okay, get GPS set up, of course. And GPS with the mower here, easiest way to do this, just switch this to 4 meters. That is the width of this mower. 0 any offsets, and just use that. Don't try to use the offsets. With the way this mower is set up, you cannot set an offset great enough to compensate for it. So, okay, so if we start about in here somewhere, we should be good. And we're pretty much just using this mower here to try to get the mowing done a little bit faster. The mowing is kind of the slow part of the job here. Obviously, the windrower is, what, 14 meters? Well, actually, I think it's almost 15 for GPS purposes and Courseplay purposes, though we got it set to 14, I believe it was. Didn't quite have it swung out far enough. I was noticing that with the GPS there. It's like, it's not quite lining up right. Didn't have it swung out far enough. Which is on the mouse controls there, by the way. I have been asked that a few times. How do you get the mower here to swing back and forth? And that is on the mouse. Or, like I said as well, it's also K and M. Yeah, K and M on the keyboard. So if you don't like the mouse controls, you can do K and M on the keyboard there as well. And we'll just do a couple headlands across here. Like I said, the hired worker there with a mower always gets stuck along here. You start getting into those outcropping rocks there, the fences, the sign, and of course the house here. Hired worker does not like those. And unfortunately, while it would probably be nice if I could get the hired worker, you know, like to skip a 4-meter section, I don't think that's possible. I was thinking about that before I started recording here. I don't think there's any way I can really get that to happen. Possibly with Courseplay, if you really wanted to get creative with your setup, you probably could. And for those of you wondering how would you go about doing that, I have not tried this, but I'm assuming in theory you could take the combined width of the mowers. So I don't remember exactly how wide those mowers are there again. I think it's, what, around 9 meters there somewhere. Take the width of this mower, which is 4. So then you got a combined width of 13 meters. And then you would just have to figure out an offset for the Courseplay driver for running the mowers. And in that way you could probably actually get that set up and working. We'll just start on this side of the field, though. Mind your own business over here, so to speak. And speaking of the watch, I think will about do it here for the headland. That should be more than enough, I would think. Hired worker might not think so, but oh well. Realign the GPS there. And away we go. So like I was saying, as far as making the silage bales here this episode, we're pretty much just going to go as far as we can. Not sure how far that's going to be this episode. My intentions are getting the entire field done. And by that, I mean mowed, windrowed, baled, wrapped, and picked up and sold. So there might be some high-speed video in this episode here. We'll have to see once, maybe towards the end of it. Obviously, I don't expect to get this all done half hour. We're not going to get that much done, so we'll see once how it works out here. Never really taken the time here to actually time how long it takes to do this field here, field 20. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. I guess we'll find out here. We might be able to start the windrower here. He's going to pretty quickly catch up with the mower. It's basically the windrowing that is probably the quickest part of the job here. And then the baling and the wrapping are probably about the same as the mower. They're a little bit slower. Obviously, got to wait for the baler to make the bales, eject the bales. Same thing for the wrapper. Got to wait for the wrapper to pick up the bales, wrap the bales, eject the bales. And of course, picking up the bales with a trailer, that doesn't take long. We just got the automatic loading trailer there. And I didn't check the map, but we should have 3 levels of fertilization on the field here. See where we're at. Yes, 3 levels of fertilization. Like I mentioned in their last episode, we went from 4.5 trailer loads of bales to 5.5 trailer loads of bales with 3 levels of fertilization. I believe the 4.5 was with 2 levels of fertilization. So almost, not quite, but almost another full trailer load of bales when we went to 3 levels of fertilization there. Now, the one thing that might make a difference here this episode, and you might notice we're not in the second stage of ripened growth here. This is simply the first stage, so I don't know if that's going to make a difference. I'm kind of curious to see once. That's why I'm doing it in this stage. Plus, it's ready to go, so might as well make some hay with it. Seeing especially how we are not doing too well, yes, money-wise. Minus 88,000. Like I said, I wasn't quite expecting to go that far in the negatives. I think we started out with, what, 30-some thousand, I think it was, before we started replanting. Okay, let's see what's here. Who had the windrower again? I think that was the Fent, right? Yes. Oh, actually don't need that one. We'll take Courseplay. Okay, and we're back here. Had to restart the game here for some reason. For some reason, Courseplay was deactivated. I don't know why, but anyway, we should be able to. There we go. Now we can open Courseplay. So yeah, don't know what was going on there. That was weird. I think this is the second or third time I've had that now, where I've tried to open Courseplay, and it's like, well, Courseplay's not opening. Why not? And then go check the mod list. You know, when you start your save game, you can select and deselect mods you want active. And yeah, for some reason, Courseplay has not been activated. So don't know why. Obviously, I've used it. But yeah, somehow it's like deactivating itself. Anyway, field 20, 14 meters. We're going to load up that. Start at the first waypoint. Make sure you are in fieldwork mode and drive the course. And by the way, for those of you wondering how to create a course like this, you know what? Let's actually switch to this tractor. This will be a little bit better, seeing how that tractor's going. So to create a course like this, fairly simple. Switch to fieldwork mode. That'll lighten up this tab at the end here. Go to that. Select your field edge path, which will be 20 in this case. Select your working width. In this case, we've selected a width slightly smaller than the windrower, with 14 meters. Oh, that was a little too far. So 14 meters. starting corner, select your starting corner. And basically the way that works, north, east, south, west. So starting at the top of the map, north, then east on the right-hand side of the map, south on the bottom, and then west on the left-hand side. So we are in the southwest corner, and we want to go in a northerly direction. I suppose you could go east if you wanted as well. Headlands I currently have off. I probably should actually add some headlands. That might actually help. We've had some issues with the hired workers. Like I said, the headland I did there earlier up by the house and the outcropping there. But for this, I'd simply have the headland off, generate course. And that's how you create that course there. Typically, I start them at the first waypoint, tell them to drive the course. Now, in this case, I'm not actually going to use that course. I'm going to use the exact same course the windrower is on, which, by the way, should be the same because we generated identically the same courses. But just in case... Also not sure how Challenger is going to work with Courseplay here. We'll find out. Sometimes Courseplay doesn't like tracked vehicles like this, articulated vehicles. Sometimes they cause troubles. We'll see once. Wow, just like that, we got our first bale. And the baler, by the way, we should be able to get going right away. It's the windrower there and the mower we'll have to keep an eye on because they might, the windrower might catch up with the mower. Okay, drive course. Don't know what he's going to... Oh, he's going to unload the bale. Okay. And, of course, again, this is the R.D. Allen AUL automatic unloading bale wrapper. Like we're pooping out a nice number of bales there. And we'll go back to mowing here on this side of the field. I see one green marshmallow from over on this side of the field here. And yes, one could definitely argue what we're doing here is definitely a little bit on the OP side, I would say. You can definitely mow this field quite a bit and make quite a bit of money this way. But at the same time, how else are we going to get new equipment? Now, obviously, I could do more farming, but then that's just going to take longer. So mowing the field here is an easy way to make money. Well, sort of easy, at least if you have Courseplay, you know, doing the baling and the wrapping and all that good stuff. Speaking of wrapper, I have not been able to get the wrapper to run properly on Courseplay. Basically on the northern end of the field here, he constantly gets stuck. And I've not been able to fix that no matter what I do. I've tried turning on the field on and off. I've tried adjusting the turning radius. Nothing seems to help. It constantly goes up into the trees there. And yeah, it simply just gets stuck. So, don't know what to do about that. The southern end of the field here turns around just fine. So any moment here we'll probably see a message with him being stuck. Looks like everybody's behaving themselves over there so far. Like I said, we'll just have to make sure we keep an eye on the mower there and the windrower. Pretty sure the mower's far enough ahead at this point. He should be okay. We'll see once. And of course, we're working on this end of the field, so giving the iron helper there with a mower a little bit of a head start. Speaking of hired workers, that reminds me, somebody mentioned you could just hire a worker for the windrower as well. And yes, correct, you could hire a worker for the windrower, but then the trouble is you would not be able to have Courseplay bale or wrap the bales for you. Basically, you would not be able to get Courseplay to line up properly with the windrower. So when doing something like what we're doing right here, it doesn't really matter who or what you have do the mowing, but it's vitally important you have Courseplay. Oh yes, there goes the Vultra slipping there with the wrapper. But vitally important you have the wrapper, the baler, and the windrower all run the same Courseplay course. Otherwise, they will not properly line up with the windrows. Now, mind you, you might be able to get it to line up somewhat, but you'll just be fighting it the whole time, so it's better off just have Courseplay run the windrower, Courseplay run the baler, and Courseplay run the wrapper. Or you can do some of the jobs yourself if you want as well. Like, for example, windrowing there. If you want to do the windrowing, you can. Just make sure you set up the GPS mod there with the same width you would use for Courseplay, and you should be able to do that. And by the way, the theory here with the grass being in the first growth stage, or the first ripened growth stage. Oh, went one too far there again. With it being in the first ripened growth stage here, supposedly it doesn't produce as much. So we'll see once if that's actually true or not. And field 20 is not planted. Okay, well, I just happened to notice that here. Seriously, really. I got to check this here a moment. Don't have anything, let's see, I got a truck. We could tab to the truck up here. Is this field seriously not planted? I thought I had all the fields planted. I guess not. Guess we'll have to get the planter back out again. Definitely cultivated. Okay, map is right. Not that I really expected it to be wrong, but I was hoping it was. I think we pretty much have all the tractors over on this field here at the moment, so I don't know that I can do anything about it at this point. I'll probably take care of that off screen then, once we're done mowing here and baling. Get that field planted. There goes some more money then. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I've pointed this out before. Something interesting with the signs here. Do a little bit of vandalism here. There we go. Oh, the car just runs it over. Okay. Oh, well. I noticed that one time I was walking past a stop sign there. Like, oh, you can actually pick these up. Okay. So far, everything's still looking good over there. Excellent. Surprised the windrower actually hasn't gotten any closer yet. And so far, looks like the Challenger is doing an excellent job of baling here as well, so that's good. We're definitely getting closer here with our mower and the triple mowers there. Ideally, it would be nice to actually get another set of triple mowers here. That would be pretty cool. Maybe pick up the Pottinger set or something like that. And of course, with the Pottinger set of mowers, you can actually mount both mowers together, the rear and the front mowers, and then actually put them on the back of the tractor. And if you have a tractor, I don't think any of our current tractors have the reversed driving. Oh, well, actually, you know what? I think maybe the Vultra does. The Vultra might. I don't think our New Holland there has the reversed driving mode. Actually, haven't really looked that close into it. Pretty sure the case here doesn't. Quite sure the Challenger doesn't have it. Let's see, Fendt. The Fendt might have it, actually. That would kind of be our only hold up here, really, for using the mowers on the back of the tractor like that. Like I said, I don't know if any of our current tractors, other than maybe the Vulture and the Fendt, actually have reversed driving mode. And of course, if they do, none of them are really technically large enough to run the mowers in the first place, so kind of another problem there. Even the New Holland there, technically with the triple mowers, is probably actually pushing it. Basically, figure about 100 horsepower per mower there. 3 mowers, 300 horsepower on a roughly 315 horsepower tractor. So yes, you can probably tell we're pushing the horsepower limit, at least as far as real life horsepower limits go a little bit. Obviously, it depends a little bit on what you're mowing probably as well. And in our case, it looks like pretty light grass. Oh, Vulture's almost back to the end of this field here again. Means he's going to get stuck here again pretty quick. Like I said, I have not been able to get that solved. Had a couple other people say that as well. But we're not going to make that turn. They were having issues with that as well. They couldn't figure out a way to get the Courseplay driver to stop getting stuck on one end of the field. And let's see, I'm currently using Courseplay version 0037 of the developer. So this is, of course, the developer version of Courseplay. There probably actually is a newer version by now, I'm sure. Pretty much with the developer version, it's almost updated daily. Pretty much every day you can almost get a new version, at least every couple of days anyway. And the version I have at the moment is probably a couple weeks old at this point, I'm guessing. It's possible they may have fixed that with a newer version. I'll actually have to maybe try to remember to do that, download the newer version here, see if that'll actually fix it or not. Yeah, it seems to be just be an issue with the wrapper there. Obviously, as you can probably see, the mower, or not, actually not the mower's not Courseplay. If it was, though, it would work. The windrower and the baler are both operating just fine, no issues. And in case you can't tell, too, actually, I guess he didn't make it that far this time. He really drives way up into the trees here. I mean, he'll be like halfway down that path there before he stops driving sometimes. Just ridiculous. And by the way, I don't have any offset configured. At least I don't think there's any offsets configured here. Oh, there actually is. I guess Courseplay must have automatically set that because I did not set that. So for those of you worrying about setting offsets here, I have not had to worry about it. Courseplay seems to automatically take care of that when you start the course. So if you're worried about trying to figure out what kind of offset you need for a job like this, like I said, I haven't had to worry about it, so I'm not complaining. It's always sometimes a little bit difficult figuring out what kind of offset you need. Now, if you're using Courseplay, for example, for this mower, you'd probably create a 4-meter course, and then you could create a 4-meter offset. That is probably what it would take to properly operate this mower. Courseplay there, again, is probably not going to have the ability to swing the mower properly back and forth. We're just about done mowing here. Probably could have actually gotten the windrower started a little earlier there. Now, of course, we're going to have to wait here for the baler and the wrapper to finish. Like I said, that's kind of another part of the slowdown on this job. The baling and the wrapping obviously take a while. And of course, every now and then as well, Courseplay does miss a bale. You know, if the baler kind of rolls out of the baler the wrong way, or it's just a little offset or something like that, Courseplay will miss wrapping the bale. They'll almost always have to go back and wrap a couple bales that Courseplay missed. Especially like if a bale shows up on the end of a field or something like that. It seems like Courseplay's pretty good at missing it then. Okay, we're just going to unhire you because I think I can finish the last little bit here myself. Yep, there we go. And we'll read some comments here a moment. Jed was saying logging is good. Jeffrey was saying, yes, Oklahoma will be released soon. Many changes coming to that as well. Not sure when it will be released, though. Obviously, like I said, a lot of people definitely are looking forward to the Oklahoma map being released here at some point. And like I mentioned as well, once it is released, hopefully we will get it. Why is this not mowed here? I was looking at this from a distance, like, why is something doesn't look right over here? And yeah, it's not. Okay. I was thinking maybe it was just a draw distance thing. I was able to see the grass over here, but no, it's not a draw distance thing. It actually is not mowed. Okay, why is it not mowed? Says it can be mowed. That's definitely going to throw our bale count off if it's not. So I think we'll grab the triple mowers here and maybe mow that a moment. Just stop you here a minute. Knock that sign over. Sure, why not? Okay, there we go. Oh, it would help if we set the GPS, lock down the GPS anyway. There we go. So yeah, don't know why the hired worker decided to skip a whole section here. That is kind of odd. Haven't seen that happen before. I'll have to watch the baler there. He's going to catch up here as well, actually. But anyway, like I was saying about the Oklahoma map there, hopefully once it does come out, we will be putting that on the multiplayer servers. And we'll be doing some good old Oklahoma multiplayer, hopefully. That'll definitely be a good map there for multiplayer, as that is a very, or was a very large map. Assuming this is a whole whole two rows he missed for some reason. Okay. Get the windrower going here again. And a race to the end. Who can make it there first? The windrower or the mower? Ooh, looks like the mower might actually have him. And yes, the Vulture is stuck again. We'll have to fix that here in a moment. Need to make sure I get this mowing done here first, though, before the Windrower catches up. Farmer Pro was saying you need to start planting trees again. Not sure if he means a single player or multiplayer. I think we're actually pretty good on both here. I still have quite a few trees here, single player yet for Gold Crest, that need to be cut down. And then we still actually have a lot of trees yet on the Smoky Mountain logging map. Okay, let's fix the Vulture here a moment. Yep, up in the trees again. Like I said, I have tried to fix this, and haven't been successful at getting him to stop doing this. I don't know why he does that. It's like it doesn't know enough to turn at this end of the field for some reason. And like I mentioned, hopefully we'll get one of these times here. He will actually keep going a long ways up into the trees there. Unless, of course, he gets stuck on something. Okay, we can bring both of these tractors back. Farming 45 was saying, get a feller buncher. That'd be the FDR feller buncher there on the logging map. And for the question there I asked last episode, do we want to keep going on the logging map there on multiplayer, or should we go to a regular farming map? Had a couple people say switch to a regular farming map. Also had a couple of people say stick with the logging, so we'll have to see once. Okay, let's see. So we'll drop the mowers off here. Actually, maybe we'll just leave them on the tractor here. And you can stop unfollowing. And we'll get the seeder here hooked up to this tractor. And we'll get field 12 here planted. Oh, and for those of you wondering, I think I mentioned this last episode here on Gold Crest as well. My hired helper was named A instead of actually having a name. Well, that's, again, for some reason, the hired helper tools mod was deactivated. So don't know how or why that happened. Obviously, I don't recall deactivating that mod. So kind of like Courseplay there, it's like, okay, what exactly? Why exactly? And again, here goes a whole bunch more money planting this field. Now, obviously, I could change that in the settings so the hired worker doesn't use the seed. But I'm kind of okay with that, using the seed. Obviously, it's going to cost a little bit more money here, but cost of convenience, I guess you could say. Have to get this field fertilized then here as well. Okay, then. More work to do. Let's start picking up bales here and actually getting ourselves back into the positive numbers, hopefully. Make sure we're set on round bales, 1.3 meter standard. Basically a 4-foot bale. Switch them to work position, and away we go. Now, for those of you who remember the auto-loading trailers back from 15, You pretty much drive down the middle of 2 rows, and it would pick up, you know, the 2 or actually almost 4 rows worth at a time. Doesn't seem to work here in 17, unfortunately, so you actually have to drive pretty close to the bales. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Not quite as OP as it was back in Farming Simulator 15. And yeah, like I was saying, it'll be interesting to see how many trailer loads we get here. With 3 levels of fertilization, and on the 2nd growth stage for grass, there for being ripe, or ready to be mowed. Which, by the way, is the highest grass goes, is the 2nd. And there is no 3rd stage for grass. We got 5.5 trailer loads, so it'll be interesting to see once here. We're at the 3 levels of fertilization this time around, but only in the 1st stage of being able to be mowed. I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference or not. There we go. Okay, then we'll head up to the barn here and get these sold. Just looking at the windrower there, looked like something was wrong over there, but looks like he's still moving yet. Oh, and we actually got some growing crops here. Excellent. That means we can actually start fertilizing, or actually weeding for the, so we can get the fertilizer. I think that must have just happened, because yes, apparently it did, didn't it? I think the last time we looked at the map, they were not grown yet. Oh, the vulture's stuck again. Like I said, he's probably up in the trees. Also, not really sure why I came all the way down this way, but whatever. And we'll unload the bales. And we're down to 41,000. Oh, or still minus 41,000, but 40,000 more than we had a moment ago. That's kind of what makes the silage bales a little bit OP here. Silage bales do not change in price, at least from what I've noticed. It pretty much stays at the 1470. Giants definitely did a number on the silage selling as far as the biogas plant goes. That's no longer as profitable because the price really drops on that. But with the silage here from the bales, it apparently does not seem to. Oh yeah, look at that. Can you see the vulture? He's way up in the trees there, it looks like. I guess I didn't have to actually go this far. I could have started on the other end. I didn't realize I finished this here. And by the way, with this being a Courseplay running the wrapper here, it doesn't actually technically matter that this is an auto unloading wrapper. Courseplay unfortunately doesn't really care. It's still pretty cool though. We got the green wrapped bales. And again, like I mentioned, this was a mod made by one of the players on the multiplayer server. Simply have RDL on the bales, and then there's the logo on the side there as well. And the way I've been picking up bales, I pretty much just go straight up and down the rows. I suppose you could, you know, kind of like zigzag back and forth if you wanted to. Seems like a lot of extra work, though, trying to do that. So I just go straight up and down the rows, call it good. Looks like we're about 3/4 done with the windrowing and the baling. Just the wrapping here, that's going to take a little bit longer yet. Ready to pick it up as soon as it drops it off. Anyway, folks, on this note, I think I'm going to wrap up this part of the video here. What I'm going to do is I'll do a high speed of us actually finishing the field here. And we'll get the remainder of the bales here baled, wrapped, and picked up. So with that, if you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and till next time.